I don't know if you guys noticed, but I haven't made a Roblox video in a minute. It's been about 7 months, I think. So it's about time I make a new one. That being said, let's just hop right into the first one. Hope you guys enjoy. You ever heard of this game called Presented Liberty? Well, this is that game. It's basically the same thing, just remade in Roblox. If you don't know what Presented Liberty is, it's a game where you get notes from people outside and you're like stuck in a prison and you're trapped there because there's a virus going on outside that's killing people and you're one of the only people left, and you get notes from different people talking to you about what's going on outside and things that they're doing and whatnot. In Presented Liberty, you have like a Game Boy that you play to pass the time as these notes come in. Well, in this game you don't get a Game Boy, but the notes do come more frequently, more often, so it's like less time that's taking up. With all that being said, this game is very, very boring. Just like Presented Liberty, if you don't like reading, don't play it, because all you're going to be doing is reading notes. It's not that fun of a game. It's just telling a story. That's all it is. And for what the game is going for, what it's trying to do, it's amazing. It's perfect. It's phenomenal. But from just like, if you don't know anything about the game that it's originally doing, and you're just trying to find something fun to play, this is not that thing. You do not want to play this game. If you don't like reading, if you hate reading, if you can't read like me, then this is not the game for you. You ever wanted to fly the TARDIS like Doctor Who? It's a very hard thing that not everybody can do. You gotta figure out what all these things do. Button, levers, knobs, switches, dials, it's just rigmarole. But thank the heavens that the devs gave us a user manual. Even though I can't understand what the thing is saying, man, it's not even useful. So you gotta go back and forth trying every possible combination. Or just do what most do and look it up on YouTube like the rest of the population. Unless you want to be different and figure out what you're supposed to do. And if you can, then my congrats, they all belong to you. But if not, you might as well just give it the boot. All this to say that this game was a bust. If you like struggle, then this game was a must for you. So go ahead and try the challenge if you think you're up to it. You might be able to figure out all the dumb shit I wasn't able to get. Don't get me wrong, this game is very cool, but it's got me yelling like I'm in school. Had me wanting to feel like a delegate. You guys ever played blackjack? Well, this is blackjack, basically. So it's you against someone else, or you can play against a bot if you don't have anyone to play with. But anyway, you guys get thrown into this room where you just play blackjack against each other. There's no dealer. It's just you versus him, and you have to try and get a higher number than the other person, like blackjack. Except it's a little different. The way this game goes about is that there's a saw in the middle, and for every round you win, or for every round that goes on, the saw moves. But if it ties, then the saw will like increase the amount of movement. So if it's at 2 and the game ties, right, y'all both get 21, then it'll increase to 3, and whoever loses that one They'll have 3-point stock and have the saw move closer to them like 3 times. Another thing that they changed about this game is that there's trump cards. Trump cards are like special cards that like can aid you in your predicament. So let's say like you pulled a card that was too high, right? You have 23 or you have 24 now when you have to 21. You could place a trump card that says go for 24. So instead of going for 21, the goal is to have closest to 24 without going over it. And if you have 24, then you can literally just win the game. But the other person could also just like subtract your card that gives you 24, and then you just be like, what am I supposed to do? And then you have to use other trump cards to figure out a better situation. It's a pretty fun game. If you have someone to play with, definitely play it. It's fun. If not, I don't know, you can't play if you want, I guess. But like, you know, it's not gonna have much of a good time. Weirdest game on Roblox is not the weirdest game on Roblox, actually. I've definitely played weirder, but we're not gonna get into that. It's just a game where you find all the endings, similar to the one I made in the last video about getting divorced. It's similar to this, where you just gotta find out stuff to do and how to get different endings. The endings are pretty goofy, like the one where you go into an attic and the house gets destroyed. There's also one where you fall asleep. It's not that weird. And there's one where you complete an obby. Pretty normal. I don't know how many there are. There's a lot of them, actually. That's basically what it is. It's just a game where you just go around and just find things to do and just figure out how to get all the endings. It's nothing crazy, nothing wild. At least not the what I've seen. But, you know, that's just me. Could be different for y'all. I could find something wacky. I don't know. Okay, so in this game, you are, as it says, following a goth girl into the woods. And you end up getting caught into some kind of ritual. You get teleported to another dimension and you have to escape. And by escaping, you have to collect souls and help free them. And then when you collect them all, you fight, do a boss battle against her. And if you win, you get the good ending where she gets arrested. So this game is actually pretty boring, I'm gonna be honest. It's really not that fun. The setup is cool and all, right? It's setting up the story. You're walking in the woods, like the game says you're supposed to do, right? But once you get into the other dimension, you're just walking around. That's literally all you're doing. You're just walking around. You can talk to people and stuff that are there and get more of a story, but you're just walking around in a barren wasteland. You know, like doing like parkour to get to like different souls. It's not that fun. The boss fight itself isn't really all that fun that much either. It's a cool boss fight, but like it's nothing crazy. So if you end up wanting to play this game, I'd rather just watch it, look it up, unless you want to sit through all the boringness that is walking around aimlessly until you find all the gems, the souls, the crystals, whatever they call it. It's just